Sam, what should I do as my file name? Yeah. Butts. All right. 3, 2, 1, start. All right, so this is Ocarina of Time 3D, remake of Ocarina of Time for the N64, and this is its debut as a live marathon game. So, of course, the first thing everybody asks with this game is, what are the differences from the original? And there's a lot of stuff that gets thrown out, and a lot of it is not true. A lot of people say all the glitches are fixed. That's wrong. It's just wrong. There are some glitches that are fixed, but almost every one of those has some kind of workaround, some kind of new way to do it. And almost everything that Grezzo did, Grezzo is the developer of this game, to try and add something new to this game, caused a new glitch. So we have lots of old glitches that do still work, lots of glitches that still work in a new method, and then lots of brand new glitches. And this is a good run to show it off because it has all three of these categories. One thing right off the bat is text. Text in this game is automatically just way faster than the original version. And you might notice some of the text boxes almost instantly disappear. They instantly fill up the whole text box and then get cleared really fast. That's because outside of shops, every text box in this game has a one-frame window to instantly display the entire text box. So we call this text skips, and it's just trying to mash rhythmically to hit as many of these as possible, because throughout the run, the time adds up of skipping all these text boxes. But they're not the end of the world, though, because the text is so fast anyway on this version. And also, because the text is so fast, what language you play on is pretty much irrelevant. Some people think that playing on Spanish is faster, which is based off of almost no evidence. That's very inconclusive. So I personally I keep it on English because other speedruns that I do on 3DS are faster on English. So it's not worth it for me to switch back and forth when there's not really any reason to believe English is actually slower. All right. So, just like the N64 version, backwalking is fast form of movement, side hopping, all fast. Movement is very similar between this game and the original. But while it's the exact same, it actually is a little bit faster. Movement speeds in this game are just in general faster than on the N64 version. This is especially noticeable on like the Dampe races, where it's possible to get, it's easier to get much faster times on this version than on the original. And so, coming up in a second here, we have actually the first glitch, which is a new method of forest escape that exists on this version. This is a triple slash clip, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. All right, so thanks. That's forest escape. So, in this game, if you triple slash your sword 3 times, well, you triple slash once, you slash 3 times. He does his little combo move, and then if you put away your sword somehow, or like activate Navitex or something, he gets a backward boost to where he started standing, because during his combo he moves forward. Well, if you slash against like a wall, for example, you don't move forward, but you still get the backward boost. So that's enough to clip you through acute angles. You can clip through the forest guard right there. You can use it to Navi dive by getting pushed over water and talking to Navi, so you fall through the water. That'll get used later. Yeah, triple slash clipping. Just an example of, yep, cool. Example of something that was added to this game. I guess it wasn't really properly tested. They didn't realize you can use it to clip through walls, and it replaces jump slash clipping and crouch stab forest escape and stuff that exists on the original game. So now we're just back walking across Hyrule Field. This point of the run is kind of a slow part for the next like 30 minutes or so. This game doesn't get very deep until we have a few things. We need bombs, magic, and Farore's Wind. So until we have those things, the run is pretty laid back, I guess. There's not a whole lot of glitches going on. Yeah, except for forest escape. So, goal 1, in order to get magic, also to get bombs in this version, is to get Zelda's Lullaby, so that's what I'm on my way to now. So right here I need to reload this area to make Malin appear. And just a small optimization there, I slash my sword into the loading zone because I want to spend as little time without time of day passing as possible.
He said, hey, butts.
He did, he said, hey, butts. And since I want to spend as little time without daytime passing as possible, I want to enter the market with as little speed as possible, so I don't run very far into the loading zone. So that's why I slash into it. Small little thing right here too. You can jump around that guard at nighttime. Doesn't actually save time, because in the long run I have to wait for morning for the egg to hatch. But it makes it easier to get there on time. Alright, so now it's just waiting for the egg to hatch. Just wait right here. Good text boxes. So right here, there's just another small little trick to skip having to push both boxes. You can jump slash right across the gap. And then castle guards. So these guys are really mean, and chances are high I'll get caught, just because that's what they do. I am very surprised that guy didn't catch me. Zelda. Okay, another cutscene. This beginning part of the run is definitely the slow part. Once we get bombs, magic, and Furrow's Wind, that's when the run picks up. And for that reason is why people don't like any percent a whole lot for this game. It's because any percent gets those items and then wrong warps to the credits. So it does the boring part and then it's over. So, but yeah. It also means that every category though, since it needs those items to get to the good part, it means that every category, every route for this game pretty much starts with the exact same intro. You forest escape, you get Zelda's Lullaby, you get bombs, magic, Furrow's Wind, and then it starts. So
how far are we right now?
At this point I'm probably about 11 minutes in, if that's what you mean.
I mean, like, you need those 3 things.
No, I don't have any of them yet. Zelda's Lullaby. Well, right now I'm watching cutscenes to get Zelda's Lullaby, and Zelda's Lullaby is needed to get all 3 of those other things. Zelda's Lullaby triggers Saria's song to appear, which lets me get Goron Bracelet, which lets me get the bombs. And then Zelda's Lullaby also allows you to get magic, and having magic is what lets you get Furrow's Wind with Zelda's Lullaby. So. So I guess while I'm in this these cutscenes, I can talk about the community for this game a little bit. There's quite a few people actually at least interested in this game, even if there's not always a lot of active runners. And I want to shout out our little community, Hot Local Singles. Yeah, the Hot Local Singles. I won't say the full name of the group because it's yeah, but Hot Local Singles. It's our little Skype group of people who are interested in this game, and we do a lot of routing, we do a lot of joking around, we do a lot of bingos. It's a good time. We have world record holder for pretty much every category in this game, Ben Stevens, No Ufazi, Wayfaring Fox, Aaron Toad, Gabby El Nuevo, King Nuptup, Space Your Cran, who was here yesterday, Ultimate Stooges, Bigfoot. I'm gonna forget people. We have Slask, Tuprask, Z-Hall. I don't know. I'm gonna forget people, but got a lot of cool guys in that group. Some of which I've been friends with on the internet for quite a few years now, mostly revolving around developing this game. So, yeah. So now once I have Zelda's Lullaby, it's just, this is at this point normal story progression. You get Zelda's Lullaby and headed to Kakariko Village. I don't need to pick up a bottle here in this category. So just on my way to Goron City, that's all. Gotta make sure not to talk to that guy, so don't roll up the stairs. I actually, when I'm playing this game, I do a weird mix of holding the 3DS like a normal controller and like playing claw. And it's pretty much just entirely based off text boxes because I mash with my index finger for text in this game. So here's an optimization trick that I don't know. I messed up getting that, and I want to conserve my damage a little bit because I don't want to die in the part coming up. You can save a few seconds by doing a fess up this slope. So a fess is you'll see more of those later. It's a movement trick that is fast in this game, but isn't fast on the original. You hold ESS to position, which will definitely get shown off later, which is a small little circle around the neutral position of the controller. It's like the smallest control stick input you can do, where Link, he won't move, but he'll turn around in the direction you're holding. And there's a special property of that position on the control stick where you'll maintain speed while holding it. So if you take damage, for example, and you get recoil while you're holding that position, you'll keep that damage speed for as long as you're holding that position, and you can keep holding it as long as you're turning in circles, and you can keep that going by targeting. So definitely that's going to get seen more later, especially once I have bombs and I can do it without an enemy. So here, just taking the torch with me, opening the path to Lost Woods. Gonna try and grab a heart right here. Just gotta be careful not to die. These scrubs, generally you can avoid them if you want to, but sometimes you get caught up in your movement a little bit. You might bonk into a wall or whatever, and they can get you. Try and be a little safe with it. That's what I'm talking about. You can bonk into a wall and sometimes they get you, but generally if you're trying to avoid them, it's pretty easy. And then these guys, if you're just side hopping, they'll never hit you. So that's actually, this is optimal damage right now because once this cutscene is over, I want to die for a death warp. So that went well. Awesome. Okay, so I just want to die here because it's faster to death warp back to the entrance of Sacred Forest Meadow than to walk. So, all we need Serious Song for is to get Goron Bracelet, which, Goron Bracelet we only need because this game, like, pretty much the one big glitch that has still not been found in this game is early explosives. Early explosives, you know, early bombs or early bomb juice, would allow us, first of all, to skip Goron Bracelet in pretty much every category. Skip Serious Song in categories like this. We could reroute the beginning of the game to be much faster. You know, also skipping all these things. And it would make every category probably like 10 minutes faster, maybe more. It would be really good. And it is like the one big roadblock that this game still doesn't have is a method of early explosives. Which means we have to go through this process of getting Goron Bracelet. Small little trick right here, backflipping off during the cutscene, just so I don't have to backflip off afterwards. And then right here I'm going for a small little cutscene skip where I want to blow up this wall and then leave out the loading zone. There's a cutscene that plays normally when you blow up the wall, but by exiting the loading zone at the same time, I now don't have to watch that cutscene. It's also good because these platforms are now in a good cycle. Normally if you watch the cutscene, they're in a bad cycle and you have to go around and climb the ladder. So it's kind of a win-win situation. So this little wing of Dodongo's Cavern, this side, if I had a bottle, would actually be skippable. The reason we don't do that is because it doesn't save as much time as getting a bottle wastes. In MST, which is a very similar run to all dungeons, which is what I'm doing, there's other tricks you could do with the bottle as well. And it almost is faster to get the bottle and do the extra tricks, but it actually ends up being about 20 seconds slower still, because getting the bottle just takes that long. The reason why the bottle lets you skip things is because what you can do is actually lower your health and try and jump up to a higher ledge with a jump attack and then die during your jump attack. Link will warp up like to the top of the ledge as if he grabbed it and climbed it. And if you have a bottle, you can revive yourself with a fairy when you do that. So you can jump up to the button that I just pressed without going all the way around. So, this dungeon is mostly glitchless. In fact, it's actually all glitchless during this visit. We'll actually come back to this dungeon again later. Not going to finish it right now. Grab some money right there. Right here in this room, there's a little trick. You can actually side hop on top of Armos statues at the right angle, so do a little setup to have that right angle and get up to the button. Not gonna lie, this bridge is one of the scariest parts of the run. Sometimes you mess up and like a keys will hit you and you'll fall down and you have to go all the way back again. Scary. Right there's a Navitex trigger. She yells at you like, watch out for the blade trap. You can backflip over it though. And then they made this ledge bigger in this version. It's much easier to throw the bomb up there. And then this is the first slingshot skip. Gonna do it first. So normally at this point in the game you're supposed to have a slingshot to get rid of the fire, but I don't have the slingshot, so I have to do some tricky jumps around the edges of the flames to be able to avoid getting rid of the flames. Those tricks are quite difficult to learn at first, the slingshot skips. I'm about to do a second one. And until you're really comfortable with the controls of this game, it can be hard because they're pretty precise jumps. So a lot of new players actually end up getting discouraged by those because they don't have the control over their character well enough to be consistent with them. It's definitely a trick that gets easier over time though as you're comfortable with the game. So now that I just said all that, I'm probably gonna mess it up. This one is obviously the harder of the two since there's two fires. Okay, that was good. Thanks. And right here are the bombs. So everything up to this point has just been leading up to trying to get the bombs. Since we don't have explosives early, got to go through all that process to get here. But once we have them, we're getting pretty close to the actual more exciting parts of the run. So another change from the N64 version, you can blow up both of these eyes in one cutscene. It's just a small change. On the old version, if you try to hit them both during the same cutscene, the second one won't work. In this game, it does. So that's a positive change. How much health do I have? I'll just be safe anyway. Generally, I have less health here. I'm not sure why I'm safer, but usually I get that health recovery just so I don't die on the way up the mountain. How did that miss? Alright, so that right there is the rest of the money I need. All I need that for is to buy the shield, the Hylian shield for 80 rupees. Okay, these Skullwaltalas are so much harder on the 3DS version. They buffed these guys like crazy. Their vision is way wider, they can see way farther, and they are much more dedicated to hitting you than they are in the original version. And I got pretty lucky with them right there. They were very nice to me. I almost didn't have to wait at all for them. But like on the N64 version, it's as simple as once they see you, you just stop climbing and they won't hit you. On this version, they are crazy. They are very dedicated. If they see you and you're like in the wrong spot of your climbing animation, you won't be able to stop fast enough and they'll get you. And they're way better at seeing you too. They super buffed those guys. I brought my 3DS charger, Fozzie. Okay, so after magic, gonna save warp. That puts me back at Link's house, which is closer to where I'm trying to get next. So saving and reloading the file is used a few times to save time. That's very typical of speedruns. I'm sure that most of the audience is familiar with that concept. Yeah. So now I have Bombs and Magic. I still don't have Fro's Wind, but since this is all dungeons, I'm actually, before getting Fro's Wind, I'm going to actually complete my first dungeon, which is going to be Jabu-Jabu's Belly. So we actually do have some action coming up. So I have to wait for Navi to talk to me here, so I can go for some bomb drops. Yeah. Not very important since I already have 18. So definitely not important for me to get them. Okay. I just did something really dumb there. That's gonna cost me like maybe a minute. I accidentally used up my Navitex. I was trying to like align myself because I was standing in a weird position. I need the Navitex to do the forest escape. So I just have to walk back over there again. It's not a super big deal. Hey Space here. I hear you in chat. Probably making fun of me for talking to Navi. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do is, same as the triple slash clip to escape the forest earlier, I'm doing that with a Navitext, which shoots me backwards and lets me fall through the water, and then I can swim out of the exit before I float up. So that lets me take the shortcut from Lost Woods to Zora's River without having Silver Scale. One glitch they did fix in this version that I weirdly get asked about much more often than I would think is using a cucco to fly behind the waterfall. They fixed that. And for some reason everybody wants to know about that trick. I don't know why. Okay, so right there I get some pickups, an extra Deku Stick, and Deku Nuts. And then right here we have King Zora Skip. This is just another use of the triple slash clip. Get through this corner and then swim through the out of bounds water to float up behind him. Another thing people ask me about a lot that actually you can see for a thing there, I do use the gyroscope controls for this game, which a lot of people don't like, but I personally think they're really good and they're fast. So right there, that's enter Jabu-Jabu without a fish, which is relatively a recent discovery. In this game, you get backwards recoil. You can hit walls that are behind you to get fast sword recoil, or Deku Stick recoil in that case. So I face away from Jabu-Jabu, I side hop jump slash, and the recoil I get from the wall that's behind me sends me backwards fast enough to hit the loading zone inside of Jabu-Jabu without opening him up the intended way, using a fish. And then the switch in the first room of this dungeon I had to hit with a bomb, because again I don't have the slingshot like I'm intended to. These shabombs are just luck. Sometimes they're really annoying. Very subtle thing. I just got quick draw in that water right there, which I go for, which what quick draw is if you try and pull out an item right before you hit water, you can kind of like store pulling out the item, so then the next time you use it, it comes out faster. Which sometimes that's all it is. Item comes out faster, doesn't really mean anything. But there are newer glitches that were discovered with it recently that won't be in this run, but they're very crazy. You can do what's called action swap with quick draw, which lets you confuse the game into trying to do like the action of one item with a different item, and you mess up animations, and you can do things like it lets you get ground jumps in this version. Normally ground jumps are fixed in this version. It lets you you can do ISG hover, which I can talk about that a bit later, what that is. With it, you can, on the N64 version, you can use it to make crazy sound effects happen. You can just sit there and start having the game play sound effects. I didn't equip my deck defense, which is super weird. But unfortunately on this version, that just straight up crashes the game, so couldn't show that off if I wanted to. Small change from the original version too. For some reason, this room only has 3 enemies in it. The original version has 4 enemies in it. Don't know why they changed it. I guess they thought 4 enemies was just too hard. And we get the boomerang. So we can completely ditch Rudo now. Don't need her anymore. Finish the dungeon. Right here is a Mega Flip. Mega Flipping is the exact same as the original game if you're familiar with it. Dang it. Okay, so what you want to do is you roll into an explosion so you have invincibility frames. And then you shield the explosion, and then you backflip. And if you shield something while you have invincibility frames and then do another action, you can like move the speed into that action. So usually this is done with a backflip. And you do a mega flip, so you do a backflip with the speed of shield recoil, which is 3 times faster than the speed of a normal backflip. So you can cover large distances with it, like that, and skip this gap. Now right here on this switch, I can confuse it into staying open if I pull out a cutscene item at the same time I jump on it. And this is actually frame perfect input, and it comes down to just mashing it like that. And it'll trick the door into staying open. And I can go through without a box holding the switch down. Right here, it's a boomerang optimization to hit that switch without climbing up the wall. Just kind of a little trick shot. And then, now we're at the boss. So, Baronade is pretty much the exact same on this version as the original. The only difference is the last phases. She takes her time a little more. She's a little slower. But the process of beating her is the exact same. You want to roll into her on purpose, because she stays in the ground until she has taken a long time or has damaged you. And by rolling into her, she thinks that she damaged you and will come out of the ground faster. And that's it. Pretty easy fight. And so with that, that is completion of the first dungeon. This is one of the few dungeon cutscenes we actually have to watch, but there's actually a trick within the cutscene that can speed it up a little bit. If you get quick text, if you get text skips at the beginning of this cutscene, sometimes it will cause Rudo to swim away from you faster than she normally does. And it makes the cutscene just a few seconds faster, so I'm going to try and get it. Okay, well, I didn't get it, but what'll happen is, see, there's a bunch of text boxes there, and about halfway through there's a question. She asks you a question, and you say, I want that spiritual stone. If you hit enough quick text at the beginning of that sequence, when you answer the question, she'll start swimming away from you at the same time that you are finishing clearing out the rest of the text. I don't know why it happens. Nobody really knows why it happens, but if it does happen, it saves some time. Okay, so back here we have Furrow's Wind, which is, for as useless as Furrow's Wind seems in the original version and in casual playthroughs, it is the most broken item in this version. And the reason why for that will become pretty clear pretty soon. This item, Furrow's Wind, is what makes this a good speed game. It's this item in combination of a few different new glitches that Grezzo gave us by trying to make things better. and actually making them broken. So right here, just another save warp. Get back to Kokiri Forest. So right here, this is a fairly new method of forest escape. It's a little faster, a little bit easier, but still missable. It's not free. This is called a ledge cancel. I get it? Yep. So it's a little subtle, but you can see the camera being odd here, and I can just walk right through the guard. So what happens is when you try and climb a ledge and shield, if you take damage, if you shield damage when you're trying to climb up the ledge at the right time, you'll get in this weird camera state. You know, the camera freaks out, and you can walk through actors, including the forest guard. So this is a fess, like I was talking about earlier. So I'm holding a specific position on the control stick right now, and it's allowing me to maintain speed across Hyrule Field. So I'm just kind of gliding, and then I can change angles too. Oop, don't want to fall in there. So right here I'm going to do restricted items for the first time. Now this is a new glitch that Grezzo gave us that is very powerful. So you're probably familiar with pause buffering in the original N64 game, or you might at least know when you unpause, there's a lot of lag. In this game, they got rid of that. It unpauses very quickly, but it unpauses so quickly that for 1 frame after you unpause, the usability of your items hasn't updated. So what that means is if I have a usable item on my Y button, for example, and I swap it with an unusable item, for 1 frame I can still use my Y button, and I can use the item I'm not supposed to. So what I did there is I put Flora's Wind in the Hyrule Castle market, which I'm not normally allowed to do. So that's a new glitch you can thank Grezzo for. And I bought the shield and I took some damage because I'm about to die on purpose. So this is where it gets crazy. This is Death Hole wrong warping. So step 1, I am going to mess that up. So what you want to do is you want to die on top of a grotto and then exit game. But you're not going to the title screen. You're going to appear somewhere that seems very random. In this case, it's the Lakeside Laboratory. Now, it gets more random. Basically, the game thinks I'm in a pseudo title screen mode. It's got this cutscene value that's going on, and it's going to start wrong warping me a lot. So I returned Flora's Wind back to the market, and now I'm going to exit the market, but I'm not going to end up where you think. I'm actually going to end up in the Shadow Temple. So now it's just another mega flip to get across this gap, which I'm a little low on bombs, but if I run out, I can get more. It's not a big deal. All right. So that's tricky because you have to specifically get a distance mega flip, which is just there's 2 different distances of mega flips you can get based on what frames you backflip and stuff on, and to make it across that gap you have to get the farther one, so it can be tricky sometimes. I feel like I have more trouble with it than most people do, but went all right there. And here we have the dead hand fight. So another thing they fixed on this game is one cycle dead hand. So he takes 3 cycles. You can't do the trick with the Deku stick and stuff to hit him and like wake him back up and only do one cycle. But it's not a big loss. So, you might notice my bottom screen is still blank. It doesn't show any items or anything. That's because I'm still in the weird kind of title screen cutscene mode where the game wants to wrong warp me every time I go in a loading zone. This is new to this version, doesn't exist on the original, and now it's not over yet. I'm doing more now. So I'm going to enter the archery game, but it's not going to take me to the archery game. It's going to take me over here near the Temple of Time. And when I enter Temple of Time, it is actually going to take me to Temple of Time. And we're going to watch the intro to the Temple of Time cutscene. Now this cutscene is ending the wrong warp mode, which is very important. And now I'm standing next to the Master Sword. And that's door time skip. So what happens there is it wrong warps me when I enter Temple of Time, but it wrong warps me into the cutscene of Link coming back into the Temple of Time after dropping Master Sword. Or actually, I believe it's after... I don't know, it's one of the times where he's picking up or putting down the Master Sword. Doesn't really matter. So I'm standing right there by the Master Sword, and normally, when I'm in that wrong warp mode, the game would crash when I try and pick up the sword. But because I saw that intro to the Temple of Time cutscene that canceled the wrong warp mode, I can pick up the sword without a problem and continue on as Adult Link. So, Death Hole Wrong Warp is very important in this game. That was only a small portion of what we can do with it. Warping from the market to Shadow Temple, and then back to the market, and then Door of Time skip. And it's going to be used more in this run, for sure. Also from the market, we can, for example, if you head towards Temple of Time from the market, it actually sends you to Fire Temple. And then if you try and leave Fire Temple, it sends you to Forest Temple. And then if you do Boss Key skip in Forest Temple, it takes you to Water Temple. And if you enter the Happy Mask shop, it takes you to Ganon's Trials. And one of the entrances to the market actually takes you back to the market. It's a little infinite loop. And just, it's quite deep, because every loading zone now takes you, wrong warps you to a different place. And you can navigate around the game in this giant chain of wrong warps. This doesn't exist on the original version of the game, and it makes this game really special. Makes it really different from the original because of this form of wrong warping. When that was discovered, it changed this game a lot. And we can, again, thank Grezzo for messing up and letting that work, because they added the quit game feature to this, where you can just kind of quit the game whenever you want. It doesn't really work like that on the original N64 game. You have to use the reset button, or it's not as easy to just quit the game back to the title screen. And they caused a few glitches by not just making it wipe the memory of your file when you exit the game. It all your temporary data stuff, they didn't just wipe it. They didn't just clear it. So one of the things that happens is these grotto wrong warps, these death hole wrong warps, where you're queued up to enter a grotto, but you exit the game and then you got weird stuff going on. We never saw this cutscene for running up to the Master Sword, so we get to watch it now as Adult Link, and it's pretty funny. Because Navi's inside of Sheik, and she's like, "It's that legendary blade." Sheik's dick It's pretty good. So we have to save warp to the other side of Temple Time because the door time is still there. So to get on the other side, we have to save warp around it. So another thing that comes as a result of the quit game feature not working properly is what's called New Game Plus, and a lot of casual players ran into this on accident because it's very easy to do. When you climb on a horse or start playing a minigame, like you start fishing or whatever, the game, it puts a different item on your B button. You know, you don't have your sword anymore, you have the bow, for example, or the fishing rod. And it has this memory and data called temp B, which is where the game stores what is supposed to be restored to your B button when you get off the horse or stop fishing or whatever. So, you know, usually that's just whatever sword you have equipped. Now, I'm going to enter Kakariko Village again, and restricted items put Frora's Wind right here. Just something to note. Now what you can do is you can climb a horse, for example, and then exit game and start a new save file. And that save file is going to get the temp B value restored to it. And so that save file starts with whatever item on its B button that your other file had. So a lot of casual players ran into this, where they were riding a Pona or whatever, they quit game, start a new file, and then their new file would already have Master Sword. And then from a speedrunning perspective, if you're doing a New Game Plus speedrun, which is considered its own separate category because it's not really legit because you're carrying data from other save files. I'm going to get some bombs here. With other glitches, we can put any item on the B button that we want. So we can start a new save file with any item on the B button, which is obviously quite broken. But again, that isn't considered legit for actual speedruns that are not specified to be New Game Plus, because you're carrying over data from other save files that have already been set up. So it's not a brand new save file. So yeah, back into Dodongo's Cavern now. I did a trick where I died on that switch, which tricks the game into thinking that the block was on the switch. And so when I come back, I can just open the door without pushing the block. Just saves a few seconds over pushing the block. And then King Dodongo. Very easy boss. Hey, Yashi.
How's it run?
It's all right, but I'm pretty much to the hard part now, so it might go bad.
Well, good luck with that.
Thanks.
What category is this?
All dungeons.
Excellent. That's a good one.
King Dodongo is really dumb as Adult Link. You can just hand him a bomb. He'll just eat it out of your hands. It's pretty good.
Slashes?
Yeah.
How much health does he have?
He has 6 health.
That's not a lot.
Is not a lot for a king. And it means as Adult Link you can kill him in only 2 hits, because Master Sword obviously does double damage. Duh. So I'm going to save here because this is actually very important and very easy to fail, and if I fail I have to come back. So this is the first Frora's Wind wrong warp. Not to be confused with the Death Hole Rung Warps that use Farore's Wind. So, I'm doing restricted items, the restricted items glitch, on the edge of the portal, so I can use Farore's Wind while the portal's taking me away, and when I return, it's going to try and play the cutscene value where I'm returning to, in Kakariko Village, in this case. And now instead of watching the Goron Ruby cutscene, the game gave me the Goron Ruby, but I'm watching the Nocturne of Shadow cutscene. So this is another powerful glitch in terms of what it lets us do. We can skip every dungeon cutscene except Jabu-Jabu's belly using this. And in Deku Tree, Dodongo's Cavern, and Fire Temple, it lets you wrong warp to a variety of different cutscenes. Nocturne of Shadow is a great cutscene because Kakariko Village is where I need to be. It lets me skip Goron Ruby cutscene, and I need the Nocturne of Shadow later for some important things. And we only have to watch the second half of the cutscene because Nocturne of Shadow actually is two different cutscenes. There's the first half and the second half, and we warp right into the second half of it, so even better. It's a really convenient wrong warp. 2 now. But the rest of them are much faster paced.
Deku Tree and Dodong?
I've done Dodong and Jabu-Jabu. Jalba.
Is this the same route for M64?
No, it's not the same route at all. Dude, bombs. Nice. So if you get the Poe to attack you, you can stop pulling the grave earlier. Just another small optimization right there. It is. That one goes way back. So does that.
Don't do the right faster there? There's a lot of people go to the left in the N64 version.
I don't know because I've seen people do both ways and I got into the habit of going to the right.
Which way does the go?
I don't know. That still works though.
Have you done a purple slash flip or whatever it's called yet?
Yeah, I've done a few of those.
Dude, those are so cool.
Forest Escape is done with one of those. King Zora Skip is done with one of those. I think those are the only ones I've done.
Does that work as adult?
Yep.
Okay, I've never seen it.
Doesn't come up quite as much as Adult. Especially now that we have ledge clips. So I can, if I get the restricted items glitch. Nice, nice. There we go. I can return back to my point. Wow. There's a list of rules for the stream up here, and I like how bad language got crossed off. So, people who speedrun the N64 version are about to be very jealous of this version. This version's faster text as I get the Goron tunic. Because on N64, this cutscene, this process of getting the Goron tunic from this guy takes like minutes, and on this version, it's very fast.
Reading the like the frame perfect match thing to skip fast
as often as I can.
Have you already explained that?
Yeah, a little bit. Pretty much just every text box has an opportunity, like a frame opportunity, to instantly clear the text box instead of waiting for the text to scroll.
Are you playing on English because it's fastest, or is it just what you have available?
I am playing on English because it's not confirmed that any other language is actually faster. And my other speedruns are faster on English, so there's no reason to switch the language.
Also, just a warning with your headphones, if they rub against the mic, it causes a mic crackle.
Oh, okay. Well, I can.
Not much you can do about it, but
I can try and avoid it. So here, intentional damage because I'm about to die if I don't put on the Goron tunic. I'm about to do the Bolero fire cutscene skip by dying as I touch it. I need bombs. And this setup is the exact same as the N64 setup. The method where you die, at least. There's a new method on N64 where you don't have to die. But until recently, it was the exact same.
Hey, is the handheld mic on?
handheld mic is not on like
Missing out on my super insightful commentary.
Yeah, let me just make sure we got the right one here. Okay. You can try speaking through it.
Video test. Is it good? Alright, cool.
Alright, Fire Temple. This used to be like the hardest part of the run because of some tricks we had to do. But now, since the discovery of ledge clips, it's become much easier, much more consistent. Not that it was inconsistent. The tricks were 100% consistent if you did them right. They were just very difficult.
Are ledge clips the thing that Skater found?
I believe he found them,
the
yeah.
90 degrees stuff?
Yeah. Which, there's multiple of them in this dungeon, so they'll get shown off.
Dude, Gamestabled, I have an important question.
Yeah.
What do you think about Link's roll animation in this game?
Link's roll animation. I know this is a hot topic. Personally, it doesn't bother me at all.
It's so stupid.
I know that people feel that it's stupid, but personally, I'm not bothered at all.
I originally really wanted to play this game, but then I saw the roll animation. I know that's a really petty reason to not want to play this game, but it seriously just looks so stupid.
I hear that a lot.
What was wrong with the original? It was cool.
The original was only 20 FPS. They had to make a new animation.
Oh yeah, are any of the physics changed because of the frame rate change?
Some movement speeds are a little bit faster, and we think that that's because when they converted the frame rate, they didn't necessarily convert movement speeds, and so they became a little bit faster.
So kind of like how in Cow for N64, some things were different, and because of it, like mega flips couldn't be done or something. I think you can mega flips, but I'm not sure.
The timing is different for mega flips. Yeah, and like on this game, mega flips, they feel different. They work the exact same, but they definitely feel different to do. Pesses, they feel different to do, but they actually work the exact same. Part of the reason they feel different is because the bomb flashes actually are different, so you can't time them the same way with bomb flashes.
It's like a different number of frames for like. Well, I guess it would have to be a different frame rate.
Yeah. So far Fire Temple is just getting these keys. If I had Din's Fire, I could skip some keys, but it's not worth it to get Din's Fire in this category. It doesn't save enough time to be worth it.
Gyro controls?
Yeah, gyro controls, they're fast.
It is pretty cool how that makes it faster, just for aiming segments. There aren't very many aiming segments in OT though, are there?
No, it's just like hook shotting.
Yeah, and most of the time they're using a hook shot, it's like for a weird clip, or a weird shot anyway.
Yeah, on the original. I'm not
Can
really...
you not do weird shots in this?
You can't do weird shots in this.
What?
But you can do hook shot clips. which are way easier.
Yeah, you like stick the hook shot through the wall a little bit.
In this version, he holds his hook shot way out like this, and it's enough that you can stick it through walls. Can't remember when that's used in this run, if it even is, off the top of my head.
Dude, those jumps are so cool.
Yeah, Ben Stevens, shout outs to him for sucking at that.
Shout outs to Ben for sucking at everything.
Yeah, seriously. World record is irrelevant. So that's a ledge clip. I targeted a wall at the same time that I tried to grab a ledge. So my momentum of grabbing the ledge was directed toward the wall. So I still grabbed the ledge, but inside of it, because I was no longer moving in that direction. And then once I was inside the wall, I let a bomb damage me to knock me down through the wall and into the hallway below. And that's the new Boulder Maze skip. The old Boulder Maze skip was a very difficult trick, very difficult sequence of events that many people never bothered to learn and took hours of practice. And then finally, when we were all getting good at it, ledge clips are found. So it's not important anymore. Yeah, the ledge clip is simpler, and it only uses one bomb, whereas the old method used 3 bombs. It used a triple slash clip. Basically what you had to do, you had to throw a bomb to hit the timer to make the fire circle go away. And then behind the fire circle, there's an acute angle that you can triple slash clip through. Now you need to triple slash clip with the hover boots on, so you don't just fall out of bounds. Triple slash clip with hover boots on, you have to put a bomb in front of you to keep you from moving forward. And then once you're out of bounds, you have to hover boots, get your momentum shifted over enough to actually make it to the hallway below, which is not directly below you. And you had to do all of that while still on the pretty short timer of the flame wall not reappearing. It was very difficult. When it came out, I played it a little bit. I haven't in quite a while. No, I don't think they are. Hessing in MM3D is really slow. Yeah, like you move slowly. Like slower than backwalking and rolling and stuff. Which is weird because Hessing in this game is just as fast as the original.
It's gonna be like a weird question, but do you happen to know if that's also true while wearing the your speeding mask?
I don't know for sure. Probably.
If only Ben were here, he'd know. He's such a god gamer, dude.
I love Ben Stevens. Why didn't he come? He lives in Indiana.
No, he goes to school in Indiana.
Oh,
he lives in
yeah.
Maryland, I think.
Yeah, he lives in Maryland. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, so here's where we used to have to do another kind of difficult trick, but not nearly as hard. Triple slash clip with the hover boots and a bomb to get out of bounds and fall down to boss key skip. But now with ledge clips, we can do that, which is pretty good. What's the best way to get back? Okay. I have to get back up there because I side hopped off the edge. I don't have to do the fights or anything again, so it's not going to take me that long to get back.
You have to do the side hop for that clip?
No, you don't. I like doing it because you side roll after a side hop, so it makes it easy to do the ledge clip when you side roll. No, if you roll with the right timing, you don't get hurt.
The good thing is the best part of the dungeon.
Yeah, this is the fun part. You remember the part of Fire Temple, like after you get the hammer, when you're supposed to like hit pillars and stuff? To like go through this area with like a weird staircase thing and stuff?
No, I haven't played this stage actually in forever.
Well, exactly, nobody remembers it because nobody has seen it in years, that part of Fire Temple. Sometimes I see it and I have no idea what I'm looking at. Because no speedrun has like ever visited that part of Fire Temple. Okay, so that was boss key skip. There's just a ledge clip, and then falling out of bounds into the loading zone. This is very easy to do. With that angle, the loading zone is actually right behind you, so you let go of the ledge and hold straight down, and it works every time. So Volvagia works the same on this game as N64. There's actually two Volvagias that each have their own hitboxes. There's the one that flies around like this, and then there's the one that pops out of the ground. When the one is popping out of the ground, you can still hit this one who's just hiding under the ground with a bomb. So as long as she doesn't pop out right here, I can continue to hit this one that's underground and stack up damage on her. And it's gonna make the fight a lot faster. Well, she came out of the hole I didn't want her to come out of. Don't you hate when that happens? That's actually really not that bad. A death to Volvagia is actually not nearly as bad as it looks. Because what I can do is just grab this boss key right here and go right back. So that was a hookshot clip. Backflip against the wall and pull the hookshot out, and you can shoot the hookshot through the wall and hit the chest.
Pretty neat. You're gonna do another one of those in Shadow, right?
In Shadow
Because you
Temple.
can't do the jump slash clip, the gate clip, I think it's called.
Oh, actually right there I'm going to do something else, but I am going to do one in Shadow Temple in a different place. There's the Silver Rupee room where you do a weird shot on console. I believe you do at least. You can hookshot the chest to skip the Silver Rupee puzzle. I'll do that in a bit when I get to Shadow Temple. So right there, that's just a precise jump that isn't intended, but you can make it. You're normally supposed to hit down the pillar with the hammer so you can cross the room, and the dragon's gonna fly around. Right.
It's because you need to hit Volvagia with the one.
Yeah, you can damage Volvagia as much as you want, and she does have a certain amount of health, but she's also coded that she won't die if you haven't hit her with the hammer at least once. So of all the damage you do to her, at least one of it has to be done with the hammer. Yeah. I'm going to use it a little bit, specifically like to open up a grotto.
final hit has to be with the Master Sword.
Final hit does have to be with Master Sword. So Volvagia, I hit her with bombs at good timings to trick her health into not flying around, so she stayed on the ground, and I just did that until she died, pretty much.
Does she only fly around when she's like freezing?
Pretty sure that's how it works. So, that's it for Fire Temple. We watched this cutscene because Fire Temple wrong warps you when you try and skip the cutscene, and there's nowhere convenient to wrong warp to. It's actually faster to just watch the cutscene than to try and find a different place to wrong warp, which will most likely put you in a longer cutscene anyway, because this one's not even very long.
Is that cutscene in the N64 one?
Yeah.
Okay. Like the guy falls over and everything?
That's actually, that cutscene is what lets you wrong warp from Fire Temple. Yeah. That's the first adult dungeon, actually.
That's 3 total?
3.
Out of
Yep.
8?
Mhm.
Okay.
With 5 more dungeons.
Yeah, but they go much faster pace in the second half of the run than the first. Yeah, I don't have to do all the intro stuff. So ideally, I'd like to have low health when beating Volvagia, but I don't, so I just have to lower my health. Just takes a few seconds. And then this is where I'm going to do another Death Hole Wrong Warp sequence, actually. So, I'm going to break this open with hammer. Die on top of the grotto and exit the game. And this one is actually going to take me to the Spiderweb Grotto, which is not the grotto I just died on. I died over a grotto with business scrubs.
Is this one outside Hyrule Castle?
I think so. I didn't damage myself down, but that's okay.
What the?
I'm now out of bounds in Forest Temple. So Fire Temple warps you to Forest Temple with Death Hole Wrong Warp mode, but you still have the coordinates and room number and stuff of your Ferro's Wind of Fire Temple. So I put it in a specific room where when I got here, I would land on solid ground. And that's important because I can kill myself.
And that puts you at the start of the dungeon?
Yep, when I save warp, I'll appear back in the beginning of Forest Temple.
Excellent. Death Hole Wrong Warps aren't in the original, right?
Right.
That's really
So now I'm in Forest Temple. So that's good because it skips overworld movement, it skips Minuet of Forest, it flows with the route really well, don't have to go out of the way at all to do it. It's a good trick. I was so confused right there for a second why I still had Frozen Point, but I know why it is.
You just go straight to the boss.
Yep.
Excellent.
In this category, we don't need the bow. In MST, you would. So we can just go straight to the boss.
Does anyone do MST in OT3D?
MST is actually kind of more common than this category usually. Although not as much lately.
Is it easier?
No. They actually have almost identical routes, just with MST. You have to do the trials, you have to get the bow, get the Inspire. But dungeon order and everything is the exact same. So that boss key skip right there is clipping into the staircase and then just jumping to the loading zone. Pretty easy, and it's like the exact same as the N64 trick. Okay. Yeah, this fight is pretty much the exact same. No, because this game, ISG with the old method doesn't work, so we can't do the ISG strats for him. Yeah, what you can do is you can die during a jump slash from like a bomb or whatever, and then land on top of a health recovery, and you'll have ISG. Pretty easy fight.
So I was in character.
Yep, that's it for Forest Temple. All that's left is I have to hit the cutscene skip. Which, again, the cutscene skips at the end of dungeons is I'm going to jump on the edge of the warp, side hop onto the edge of the warp, and use the restricted items glitch to pull up my Thrower's Wind menu and warp away when it tries to start the cutscene.
That's why Thrower's Wind's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons Thrower's Wind is so good. So I'm going to save just in case. Alright. Wow. I messed it up, but I didn't hit the warp, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So I home buffered a frame too early, which when I do that, I mash to try and hit the right frame after it, because I can mash and hit it with much greater consistency than I can try and buffer one frame, because buffering one frame is really difficult on 3DS, on the classic 3DS at least. So that's not too bad because it's Forest Temple. It doesn't take very long to get back. It's very normal for runs of this game to miss cutscene skips. It's not, I mean, it's a time loss, but it's not a huge tragedy. That never happens.
Yeah, because it's like frame perfect, but not original OC frame perfect, which is the easiest definition of frame perfect in all of speedrunning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was gonna say. Ben Stevens hates my setup for this boss key skip, and it's because it's bad. It's because it's a bad setup. Because that happens a lot of the time. But, you know, Ben Stevens sucks, so I gotta keep doing it.
What makes you fall instead of landing on it?
I don't know, it just happens sometimes. I have not figured out what causes it, because I always do the exact same movement, and sometimes he falls and sometimes he doesn't. Man, I'm hitting the one frame early like every time. Okay. So See, missing this in Forest Temple is better than missing it in other places, just because Forest Temple is so much faster to get back than most dungeons. And like this is not an unexpected tragedy. This is normal to happen. If I was going for like solid PB time, I would be sad about this, but in general, I would kind of expect this to happen a few times in a run. That's my way of saying I'm bad. Yeah, the way he does it is more similar to N64 setup for it. It's not quite the same. I don't know exactly what it is. See, I'm just glad I got this first try in Dodongo's Cavern, which takes forever to get back to the boss room. Man.
How long does the cutscene take?
It's
really long, isn't it?
This cutscene is very, very long. Yeah. It's never worth watching, this cutscene.
Yoshichi?
Like Shadow Temple, Spirit Temple are short enough that it would, like if you fail it, it's pretty much worth it to just watch the cutscene. This one, it's never worth it. That's it. Alright, so that's all I need. The frame I'm looking for is the frame where Frore's Wind is lit up, but the top screen isn't. And then once the screen goes white is when I return. And so that gives me Forest Medallion. And the fastest way out of here is to play Bolero.
Where are you headed to now?
I'm headed to Deku Tree, actually.
How are you going to get there as an adult?
Well, through the use of an exploit. A glitch, even.
Is it the spirit or hover boots? Use those?
I am, yep. There's a few different ways to do it. I used to use a hammer slide for it, where you equip hover boots during your hammer recoil. I actually don't use that anymore. I switched to doing a hover boost, I think is what it's called, usually. Where you equip your hover boots during bomb damage and get launched forward.
Did you already get the hover boots?
Yeah, I got them as child, actually. During a Death Roll Wrong Warp segment. So, setting Frore's Wind here in Lost Woods to be used for another Wrong Warp. Out of Deku Tree, actually. That is so hard to remember sometimes, to go back into Lost Woods and place that. I've lost so much time before to forgetting to place it. I want magic, I want bombs. Okay. So because of the mechanic, this is a 1-frame trick, but because of the mechanics of home buffering in this game, it actually becomes a 2-frame trick. That's not one of the frames, but because if I home buffer a frame early, I can actually equip the hover boots with the touch screen instead of the physical button, which delays the input by a frame, just because of how the touch screen works in this game. And so that's what you do. Take damage from a bomb and equip hover boots. And you get launched over on the other house and you can walk out of bounds.
The only reason you have to do this is because his mouth is closed as adult, right?
Yep. Even if you open it as child, it's still closed as adult. So in here we get the first examples of hookshot jumping. So another thing they added in this game is the animation of Link jumping when you switch boots. And if you interrupt the hookshot with that animation, you get launched up into the sky. So I just jumped straight up to the top floor of Deku Tree right there. The trick that was once known by the name Doom Jump by some people.
Why isn't it called Doom Jump anymore?
Because the community overwhelmingly agreed that it was a bad name.
It was named by someone who's like, his name had Doom in it or something, right?
It was discovered by a guy named Doom Maker.
Wow.
And it got the nickname Doom Jumping, which a lot of people really dislike. And then that jump also lets you clip through angled walls. You haven't, no, oh man, no Deku Nuts. That's lame. And so right there I can clip through the ceiling in the compass room and boss key skip by falling into the loading zone. I just hold. Yeah. Unlike N64, this game actually defaults to hold.
That's the correct option. The game even says so.
It does. It's for true Zelda players. So here is another wrong warp. Okay, I had the right frame on that one. The reason that one failed is because I actually paused too soon in the side hop, which is one of the trickiest ways that these fail, because that one's really hard to control because you pause with a touch screen input and it can be hard to time it correctly. It's pretty lenient in terms of frames, but it's still easy to mess up.
Did you save after you killed Goron?
Yeah. Is that high enough? Yeah. I have trouble distinguishing where the warp actually is in this room against the color of the floor. Okay. This one again is actually, if I'm gonna miss one, this one's not so bad because Deku Tree is also fast to get back to the boss room.
It'd be pretty cool if the 3DS didn't have the shitty circle pad.
Yeah, a lot of people dislike the circle pad.
At the very least, if it had like knockers of some sort.
Yeah, at this point I'm so used to it that I'm comfortable with it. Although notches would be useful, absolutely. So these hookshot jumps with this method of switching your boots. Loading's up? That's weird. Is 3DS exclusive, but it can be done on console with other methods, like dying while hookshotting is pretty well known because it's used in 100%, and some other categories, I think. Actually, might not even be used in 100%. I'm just kind of assuming they still use it.
It's in Dodongos.
Okay, I thought so.
It's been renamed to the Cory Hop though.
The Cory Hop?
Yeah, after Moo, Hundo Runner. It hasn't really, but I like to say it has.
I've heard that name get used before, so I think it's sticking. This is one of the most frustrating things. I keep doing the trick correctly, but I'm missing the edge of the warp. Which means now when I might miss the trick, I'm probably going to hit the warp. Yep.
Are there no setups for this? Oh, you can actually control your aerial momentum in this. Like an MM, can't you?
No, you can't.
You can't?
You can't.
Okay.
So once you've side hopped, you are committed.
Alright.
Setups, I think people have made setups, but they're not really, like, I don't know. They're not fast, and I don't think they're really even that good in general. Like, I use a setup in Forest Temple, and sometimes it doesn't hit the warp, even though I do the exact same thing every time.
Some OT setups are just really, they don't work. Like, something I'm thinking about in specific is the Shadow Temple, the Truth Spinner skip. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mega flip off the sign.
I've seen the trick.
You know, I practiced that for like 5 hours, and I still like don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Might be the difference between the distance mega flip and a normal mega flip. Unless if you're pause buffering it.
I was pause buffering. It just like wasn't working.
Yeah.
Same for like when you just flip through instead of landing on it. What causes the little mini jump instead of the full one?
Just your height that you're aiming at with the hook shot, your timing of switching the boots and stuff. Sometimes it doesn't add up correctly to giving you the big jump. Okay, this is it. Definitely got it. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I got a loose connection right there on the cord. But the warp takes me to Spirit Gauntlets. Silver Gauntlets. Silver Gauntlets, that's what they're called.
Do you need those?
Nope. But I need to go to Spirit Temple.
Yep. This sucks. Is this the one where you learned the Spirit Temple song?
No.
Oh no, it just...
You just watch her get taken away.
It's when you first leave the Spirit Temple, you see Sheik, and she teaches it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I've heard ZT complain about it because like it can't be shortened or skipped in any way, just because of its, like it's instantly activated as soon as you leave, instead of like just being, like Link has to walk within a certain trigger or something.
Yeah, we don't have to watch that cutscene in this category. We do have to watch that Silver Gauntlets cutscene. And then the seam here, Spirit Temple seam, is... Did I just return the Lost Woods? That was smart. So what my brain wanted to do was to dispel Ferrar's Wind and then set it back up there to get back up top. Well, what my fingers did was return Fro's Wind to Lost Woods, so that's, yeah. That's just being kind of stupid. Who?
Base fucking Ben Stevens done that.
I'm actually pretty sure I've seen him do that before. Like that exact same thing.
I don't believe it. He's a god gamer. At least he'll pretend he is.
Alright.
Dude, you know what's super lame?
What?
Taylor's awake right now, and he's not on this couch.
What is he doing?
I don't know. Being a boner.
Being a boner.
Yeah. It's STL melee slang.
Okay, so Spirit Temple Seam is way nicer on this version. You don't have to do any of the stupid ISG, seam walking, any of that nonsense. You can just walk right up it. He does this little slippery walk thing, but you can make it up fine. Jump right up there. Easy.
You wrong with at the end of the session?
We skipped the cutscene, but it doesn't wrong warp you. It takes you back to where Fro's Wind was meant to take you. Trying to get my headphones away from the microphone. And the thing about this dungeon is if you miss the cutscene skip, it's got a really short cutscene. It's not worth trying to go for it again or anything like that. There we go.
You ever hit that sponsor?
No, if you stay out of his way, he doesn't hit you. He's like right in the middle, so as long as you're off to the side. I bet he has.
Yo, our boy, North Side.
Howdy.
There's no doors possible, and no T3D. No. Damn, this game sucks. Not even close. This game fucking blows.
If you can confirm Keys Hover to bombs into Dodongo's Cavern, it might be possible. But Natalia couldn't even get that to work on N64 emulator. So that is a boss key skip for this dungeon. It's just another hookshot jump up and over the wall. Well, besides wrong warps, it's decent. But I've missed like 5 cutscene skips. cutscenes get wrong warps. Same thing.
Gamer humor?
Four hearts. I thought it was dead. One more. Yeah.
Do you need help right now?
No. Assuming I don't die to Twin Rova, which is not a very likely thing. Yeah, so have I. Yeah. I mean, all of her hits do like 3 hearts or something. Like if she hits you. I don't know actually, because I always die, so I don't know how much they actually do. I do need to set Fur's win at some point though, so I am just going to go ahead and put it in this room. I already had it set, but whatever. Twin Rova is the exact same on 3DS as N64. It's not different at all.
How did the phases of this fight work? Like there's a consistent way to like get 3
No, it's not consistent, I don't think. But she can give you like doubles and triples where she'll, after taking damage, she won't move. She'll just shoot another laser. And I don't think anybody knows how it works. Got it. If it is understood, it's not something that can be controlled, I know. Are you kidding me? The other one was standing in front of her, so I couldn't shoot through her. I think it does happen. I've never tried it myself, but I think somebody once said that it does happen. Yeah. I guess she's 400. So one thing about this fight on 3DS, you can't one-cycle her without the ISG, so you want to do no more than 3 jump slashes on the first cycle. Because after she's taken more damage than that is when she starts randomizing her attack patterns. So you want to do no more than 3 jump slashes on the first cycle, and then kill her on the second.
Second cycle, would it be faster to like go for 4 jump flashes than the first one?
Probably not, because you have to do the same amount of damage anyway, total. Maybe it would be, I don't know.
I think you should go for it. Well, I mean, you already boss.
I'll wait like the 10 minutes for it to come back. I'll do it again. I guess you guys can't hear the game. Probably weird. Probably weirdly silent.
I can hear like really loud noises like coming through wherever the audio is. Like sometimes like really loud. We were excellent black. Fantastic. Was that in the original? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the same cutscene. Yep, got it. This is the least important one, too.
Looks cool though.
It does look cool. Do have to save warp out of this room, though.
Did you have death warp since you're at like no health?
Yeah, I guess I could have death warped, too, yeah. Save warping is faster on 3DS than it is on N64 though, so it's not a very big deal whether you save warp or death warp places. Okay, so I don't have Din's Fire in this category to get into Shadow Temple, so I have to do another hookshot jump to get out of bounds.
Like people don't like it because it's not Ocarina of Time. I just don't, but I don't know. I think it's definitely cool in its own right.
Yeah, it's got some cool tricks. Is there only one side of Rampage that you can hookshot onto? Or no, there's something like on the top that you can hookshot onto. There's like one.
Should I push or pull? Push came in first, so I'm doing that one. Ooh. So True Spinner is random, any of the back 3 positions, so it just comes down to guessing. It's in the middle, so you both win. Here's a gainer. Well, messed it up, but I meant to do a gainer. A reverse gainer. A reverse gainer? Like that? Alright, so I hookshot clip to the chest. I can go back out through the wall. That is not the right setup for this. One sec. Okay, so this corner right here you can get through with bomb boost if you're in the right position. But the hard part.
Was it for a while like there was no way to? There was no secret break here.
Yeah, you need long shot or like big Goron sword clipping. Yeah, it's too far for hook shot. But if you're in the right position, you can have a bomb boost you through it.
Where the heck's my water?
Nice. You just walked off the boat. Yep. The second one doesn't spawn if you stand over here. That's consistent to both versions. Okay, so here we get a froze wind placement. And right here is a trick that pretty much only shows up in this category specifically. In MST you have Din's Fire, so you don't have to do it. But you have to do a hook shot clip through the spike wall.
Oh, dude, this trick is red.
It is red.
Like that. So that trick is it's really easy, but it's like weird enough that sometimes you just can't get it for like forever.
Does this function the same in like where you will just like
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can't do the redead trick. So this right here is pretty cool in my opinion when I get it. You use that thing as a ramp. Yeah. No. Boss key skip. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello? I missed the platform. Boss key skip is confirmed on 3DS. It does work, but because the pause buffering is so much more limited on 3DS, it's not like consistent enough for people to go for yet. No, you wait. Yeah, actually you do. So it wouldn't even apply in this category. It would only apply in 100%. You just want to keep him stun locked and try and kill him in as few cycles as you can. No, I just, I like doing crouch steps on them. Okay, so I set Furzwin at the top of this room for two purposes. To skip the cutscene, and because I do specifically want Furzwin to be in this room. And if I get the cutscene skip, I have to put it back, but it's fine because I'll still be here. Might miss the warp. Yeah. That's the most frustrating thing. Nice. Oh well. This one, yeah, this one's fine to just watch. And I'm actually, if I remember how it works correctly, something very strange is going to happen at the end of this cutscene. That I don't know why it happens. Somebody does, I'm sure.
Jay would know.
Yeah, he probably knows.
Fuck Ben.
I might not have done it right, or like I don't remember. It's either if you skip Spirit cutscene and don't skip Shadow cutscene, or the other way around. I don't remember which way. So we get this extra cutscene of him telling us we got all the medallions, even though we didn't. And then, for some reason, I appear in the desert. And not in the graveyard like I'm supposed to.
Is that an original?
I think so. Dude, I'm super confused right now. I feel like I'm... Yeah, I'm good.
Which one did you get it?
All I have left is Water Temple. So this segment of Water Temple, I actually don't ever enter the Water Temple.
What?
Yeah. I actually, because the Water Temple and the boss area are not the same area, technically, in the game, I never actually enter the Water Temple. I'm going to go ahead and buy some extra bombs. I don't have enough money to, actually. Let me grab some of that. Just because I only have 5, and if I run out of bombs, that's really bad. So, gonna grab some money. It's 40 for the bombs. I'm usually consistent enough with it that I wouldn't be worried about running out, but it can happen. Yeah, I need to damage down.
Yeah, you picked up another.
Alright, so I'm going to do one last Death Hole Wrong Warp here.
Yeah, I remember when this was found too, and I always like just confused the fuck out of it. Like I never really understood how this works.
Yeah, it's super weird. And I'm going to return, and my frozen point is still set in Bongo Bongo's boss room, which is going to warp me actually directly to Morpha.
Why does it happen?
Because of exit values and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, just the way the exit list is set up.
Oh yeah, because it's different. Well, it's different in between dungeons. But this is a different dungeon. I don't know, dude.
It happens. But just like how if you do like a timer wrong warp out of Deku Tree, it sends you to Bongo. I don't know. It's another wrong warp going on. So I actually need to do Ocarina items to unlock my item menu, because it's disabled currently. So this is why I was wanting to be careful about bombs. Now at this point, I need to watch every input I do, because if I blur my item screen, if I like disable my items at any point by shielding or jump slashing or anything, they stay permanently disabled, and so then I'm screwed. Yeah. So I just need to watch my inputs. You can slash normally, you just can't jump attack. Or like quick spin or anything. No, just while I'm still in here with my item menu open. For the rest of the time that I was in this room, but the problem is I would be completely screwed, because I can't like save quit or anything. I would home menu reset the game and do this whole section again.
You did not. No, you didn't.
Did I just ask that?
Yeah, you did.
Fuck, you're all. I am.
I also gotta remember to replace Fro's Wind back in here, because now this is the best cutscene skip. This is the best cutscene skip. It's pretty good because the Death Hole Wrong Warp mode is going to give me control in Chamber of Sages, and I can just return Fro's Wind back to Morpha. Yep, so now all that's left is I need to get another Ocarina items. So you hold a bomb over your head and then use a cutscene item on the right frame. And now when I play Nocturne to return to the graveyard, what's actually going to happen is it's going to put me at the end of Ganon's Tower Collapse. Yeah, everything works out just perfectly. It doesn't work. Kiss doesn't work on this version. I know. I know. And then also conveniently, this cutscene cancels the wrong warps. So we can finish the game as normal from here. So since the original, like the traditional method of super sliding doesn't work, and I don't have Vince Fire, I don't have any way of keeping the Master Sword during this fight. So I just have to fight him pretty much as intended. If you use it on the edge of the cutscene, it skips losing the Master Sword. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it works the same. Yeah, you can use like anything to hit him. What was that URL? Oh my god. I just died, dude. You see me get stuck on his leg? Wow.
Big SMH. What do you just...
It's back at the top, yeah.
I was worried that something like way worse is gonna happen.
Alright, well...
Oh no!
Yeah. I mean, I gotta get down there again, but...
That stinks.
Yeah. Yeah, even when you like full screen it, it still looks good. It's not just on the 3DS resolution. Not that I know of. One difference I do know of is cartridge actually has faster loading times than digital for this game. Yeah.
There's a difference in
yeah, but that doesn't do anything in this game.
I'm pretty sure Ben mentioned that.
That's in Majora's Mask 3D. When you use it, it changes how home buffering works and makes it very easy to get 1 frame buffers.
Is it an official add-on?
Yeah.
Okay,
Bend is not official.
What the fuck?
There we go. Okay. Give me Deku Nuts. Darn. For Ganon, hitting him with Deku Nuts is good. It's just because they're easy to hit him with. Just nicer than the hook shot is. I don't even know if she can give you Deku Nuts. Southwest can though. Dude, I just got so confused for a second there. Like, I don't know, I like imagined this, like, I imagined the hallway going in a different direction than it does. I've never played this game before. Actually, I've never played this game before. Four.
What was the estimate?
It's currently 221.
Yeah.
Wait, no, sorry, 222.
Yeah, this run has been pretty,
Don't worry, you're gonna come in underestimate.
I mean, it was originally 230 and you lowered
That
it.
is true.
Unless I died again in 2 more times, yeah. Yeah, I can.
This cutscene on PAL and 64 fucking sucks. Like it takes 40 years.
It's so, you can tell the difference in lag between this game and the original with that cutscene.
It's like the most obvious there.
Yeah. After you're used to N64 and then you watch that version, it looks like they sped up the cutscene like significantly, but it's actually just because there's less lag.
I think lag makes it a more cinematic
Whoa.
experience. It's more dramatic. I think you need to fuck off.
Oh, I'm way better at 3D Land in this game, yeah.
What is that? What is that one?
After the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you just-
My strategy guide that I have for the original N64 version suggests using bomb chews to shoot between his legs to hit the tail. I don't think so.
I would assume it just blows up on its own.
I'm pretty sure it, yeah. I mean, if you time the explosion right, maybe. You have to knock him down to get the sword, and then you have to go again. Wow, I didn't think that even actually hit me. Okay. Time coming up. My bombs, and if I wait too long, he does stand up eventually. I think. Yeah. Yeah, he does stand up. I can void out, I think. Time. Nice. I think that's I think that might be worse than my MSP time. Yeah. Or at least close to it, I'm not sure.
Ben probably would have fucked it up in the stuff.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's an idiot.
Okay.
100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100 What's up next?
Next up is the Donkey Kong Country trilogy.
Golly. Wait, all three of them? Wow. What a block.
Okay.